Hello everyone, this is Satvik and welcome to the final episode in this Linux privilege escalation series. And in this video, I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough of this Capstone challenge. So without getting any delay, let's dive into the video. Guys, first of all, really thank you for all your support. If you want to connect to me personally, you can check out my Twitter and the LinkedIn. The links are in the description below. And if you want to be part of my community where you can share your doubts or queries and also keep track on the content that I'm going to upload on my channel, you can check out my Discord server. The link in the description below. So guys, in the previous videos, we discussed the various concepts through which we can do privilege escalation on Linux. So in this video, we'll be looking at the Capstone challenge, which is available in the same room. So this room is kind of hard for the beginners, and some of you guys had asked me for the challenges, like for the solution and etc. like that. So let's go and dig deep. So I'm going to do a quick SSH, guys. So I started the room and I'm doing a SSH. So let me do an S. And here, guys, and the important part here is the username and the password are kind of different. It's not Karen. So keep track of that. So and also guys, and this video is going to be like a reduced length of walkthrough. Okay, like if I'm going to do all this walkthrough normally, like uploading this link piece etc like that, it is going to take a lot of time. But I'll be going directly to the process of how you can do that etc like that. So the main part, how you can try to escalate, or how you can how you can do this escalation step on this machine is through the SUID. So guys, I uploaded all these linpiece etc like that, and I was able to find out something interesting in this SUID part. So you can see this is the command so that you can find out all the SUID permission files or anything like that. So you can see there is an interesting file here as well, which is this base64. Okay, so if you go to this GTFO bins, okay, so there is something called as base64. We all know base64 generally means for encoding and decoding. It's a kind of thing like that. But what happens is, like, when it is having some CUID permission etc like that, we are able to read, okay, files which we don't have access to. So I'll tell you a small example here. This machine is kind of slow. Okay, so let's wait for some time. Okay, so we got it. So if I simply do etc shadow, this machine is kind of responding too slow. I don't know. You can see the permission is denied because I'm a normal user. But if you follow the same steps which they provided here, so let's give, there is a kind of a variable called as L file. So you can provide the location of the file or anything like that. Okay, shadow, and let me hit enter. And now if I run this particular command here, so it's base64 and file. So don't add this / guys, because base64 is already available in a location which is located in the path variable. So let me paste it, let me hit enter. You can see I got the file, I got all this hash etc like that. Okay, so which we can use for hashing or cracking part, so which we'll be doing in the further part of this video. And also take a copy of this etc password. Okay, so which is by default accessible. Okay, so take a copy of both these things. So let me open, let me go to my machine. So I already made a note of this shadow and the password file. So let me remove this something called as file. So that's a different file. You can see there is something called as password.txt file as well as the shadow.txt file. Okay, so what you can simply do is, like, we'll be using something called as John the Ripper. So you might be familiar with that because we are dealing with cracking the hashes. And also guys, what I try to do is, like, so since I can read any file through the help of base64, so I simply did something like find, okay, /-name, and since the name's always in the format of flag kind of thing, right? So flag star.txt. Here we need two flags, so flag 1, flag 2 kind of thing, and let's handle the errors. So you can see what happened here is, like, if I was able to view the location, I can simply add that to the L file and I can simply read it. But the case is kind of different here. I'm not getting any kind of, like, I'm unable to find out the files, I think because of the privileges this user have. Now guys, coming back to the location where we have, like, since we are unable to find out this stuff, so will be the only part that is left for us is this cracking this hashes. So in order to crack this hashes, this password.txt and the shadow.txt file. So, and if you don't know, password.txt file is just give details about the users and stuff, but the shadow file which is available on Linux machine is going to have the hashes of the users, like their password hashes, etc., like that. So we need to use in order to give this tool. Okay, so since we'll be using John the Ripper, so this is kind of not formatted way. So there is a tool called as unshadow. So what it does is like it formats in such a way that it can be usable by the John the Ripper. Okay, so let me hit enter. So now if I do a cat pass.txt, you can see it's kind of it merged kind of thing. You can see it merged some stuff, etc., like that. So that's the thing we'll be using, and we'll be using this particular file to crack it, and you can use any word list of your choice. So John, so that's the file, that's the how you can use John the Ripper. So we don't need to provide any format or anything like that for this John the Ripper. So you can simply provide the word list, which I'm going to provide user share word list rock.txt file, since you all know that, and pass.txt file, which consists of this unshadowed version. Let me hit enter, and let's wait for some time. So guys, I was only able to crack the password of this particular user called as Missy, and the password is password1. So that's the thing. Like I was like the result, in order to view the result of the already cracked passwords, you can use this kind of option. Like you can provide the tool name John, and you can provide the hashes file, like hashes or anything like that, which in my case is pass.txt, and I simply added an option called as -- show. So it is going to show already cracked hashes. Like there are still two more left, the root and some other user, but this particular tool was unable to crack it because the password, I think the password might not be available in this rocky.txt file. So what we'll be trying to do is like we'll try to log in as Missy through the help of SSH. Okay, so SSH Missy @ and let's paste this IP of this target machine. Okay, now let me hit enter, and the password is going to be password1. So that's the reason why people recommend you to put some hard passwords. Okay, so that no one is able to crack. And also guys, I did the same step here. So what happens here is like it's kind of lateral movement. So first of all, we logged in as Leonat. We're unable to find out much information. Like we only able to find out this shadow.txt shadow file and the password file, and then we tried to crack them, and we were able to crack this Missy user. But the part here is like this Missy user's sudo is kind of misconfigured. So you can do them manually by uploading this lin piece, etc., like that. But since we are having less amount of time, I'll be going in the normal way. You can see that if I run this sudo -l, so you can see that there is something like no password. Like you don't need to provide password for the location for an application called as find. And find, we use this find recently as well, like to find out some files with some any kind of name, directories, or we can even find out something like different kind of files with some different kind of permissions. Like previously we used sudo suid, etc., like that. So that's the thing. So fine, so let's go to the GTFO bins. So guys, this GTFO bins is like god, guys. Like 80% of this privilege escalation or Linux privilege escalation is mostly dependent upon this. Like you don't need to remember all this stuff, etc., like that. You can simply use this tool GTFO bins, and it's going to be good. So you can see that this find, so this is the command that you can run. We can add sudo, and we don't need to provide any password. So that's the benefit here. And we're simply executing bin sh as sudo. So we'll be getting root privileges. So let's go back and let's paste this here. Let me hit enter. You can see I got a root privileges. Who am I? And now if I try to, now let's find out where are all these flags, etc., like that. Flag -name flag star.txt 2 greater than /dev/null. If you don't know any of these commands, like you can simply go to explainshell.com and we are good to go. And now you can see, since we are root, we are able to find out the files like flag1.txt and flag2.txt. Now what you can do is like you can simply cat those files, and you can paste the answers in the room, and you are good to go. So that is it guys for this video as well as for this series. Like this video is kind of end part to the series, and like I covered like almost all the most popular what you call popular ways of privilege escalation. Like 90% of the times you might be encountering these kinds of stuff only, but this room is kind of new, kind of might be hard for some beginners or kind of thing. So that's the reason I made a tutorial of this. Okay, so now coming back here, so like this you can practice all this stuff. Okay, so learning is not only the part guys. So put your learned skills into something like some other Linux rooms, okay, which are available on Try Hack Me or Hack the Box, or even on OneHub. Like it can be of any of your choice. Try to keep these concepts into practice so that you will be getting a good grip. So that is it guys. This is Satvik signing off, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.